Happy Tuesday!
That was good.
Thank you.
It's time for Stories with Sarah Lizabeth. How are y'all? Thanks for joining us. Today, I have Monica from Reunion Stay, and I'm so glad she's here at the studio. And we've got our cups, we've got our coffee. There may or may not be coffee in it again, but you know, we like our coffee around here at Regalo Design. But I'm so excited to introduce you to Monica. We're gonna talk about how we met, why she does what she does, what Reunion Stay is, and we're also gonna tell you some funny stories. And I've already approved them, and they're good. So I'm excited about that. But anyways, we met through one of our caterers on our team, and I was so excited when I met Monica because she was so good at her job, and she was on it.
Wow.
We had so much fun.
That was fun. Yes, I was doing social media for a local caterer who discovered me and taught me the ways of the world, and I met so many event planning industry people, and it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is. It's a fun industry to be in. And the great thing is like there's so many people in this industry that are kind of like they've either left places or they're going to places, and so we kind of get to see each other
all
and
the time.
You know,
More
and
than
we get
we
to know like our own lives and families and things. So that's why I love it. I love our little small niche community.
Yeah.
So.
For as big as Nashville is, it's amazing how small it can be.
Yeah.
How many times.
Well,
people.
I am excited to share with you guys about Reunion Stay. All right, Monica, tell us about Reunion Stay.
Reunion Stay is like no place else. It is so unique, and if you would have told me when I first started working at this property what it would evolve to and what it has just completely organically become, I would never have believed it, because it was just this amazing, gorgeous property. The property owners purchased it 2013-ish. Took them almost 2 years to completely renovate it.
It's in Franklin.
It's in Franklin.
It's a great property.
It's almost 8 acres, and it's a vacation rental property, meaning you think of Airbnb, Home Away, VRBO.
Yeah.
People can just go online, find our platform, and rent the house.
Right.
So when and if we do have, if people choose to have an event on the property, it's basically they rent their house, it's their house, and they do their thing.
Yeah.
That's why my relationship with Sarah is key, because I just manage the property, and she makes the magic happen.
Well, it's so fun though. It's such a great property, and what I love about it is that people can stay there. The last one that I worked there, it was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
They stayed, I mean, I think I got there on Wednesday, and it's great because we can bring in the rentals and set it all up. And it's great that it's Airbnb, and then, you know, we can, so you can have your guests come in, you can have your family come in and stay there. And it's great too, because they actually like would come on property and then they would leave and like go to a rehearsal dinner or whatever they wanted to do, while I was still there doing like draping and lighting.
Yeah. Well, from a perspective of someone who is an event planner, there's no limitations. Oh gosh, you can only be here from this time to this time, and you know, in and out, and blah blah blah. I mean, of course, we ask that all of our vendors are licensed and bonded. And we do have a preferred vendors list, which Sarah's
to be top of the preferred.
But what's great for, you know, any prospective event planner or just the couple who's having the event, is that they don't have to worry about scheduling and timing. Yes, they can leave property, but we have so many events like yours that they never left. They had everything from the rehearsal dinner, the bachelorette evening, the brunch Sunday after, like from the time they got there, you know, Wednesday night until they left Sunday afternoon, there was a million different events going on.
That's awesome.
It's a 13-bedroom property. So.
And you have to check out, like, what I love about it is she does such a great job with social media and keeping the pictures up to date. I mean, it's your jam. It's your thing.
It's my thing. It's my superpower.
It's her superpower. And so I love seeing all those pictures every time you post them, because it's just different groups of people coming in and like having an experience like I've never seen.
You know, if you have a wedding at Reunion Stay, our bride, we're not everybody's place. You know, it's not for everyone. Meaning, you have to want to be around your people. I mean, the name is perfect.
Which is so true, because sometimes people don't like their people, and I'm like, why are they your people if you don't like them?
Well, no, I mean, and it's all weekend long, and even if, you know, because sometimes you have, like, I think with your group, the entire wedding party stay there, just the groomsmen, all the kids, all the brides, the grooms, all their people, and all the adults, I think, stay at a hotel down the road. But we have many weddings where it's really mostly family. But you know, you're swimming, you're on property, you're together. I mean, when you stay at a hotel, when you go to a wedding, you're either in the room you're in the lobby or you're in a restaurant.
Right.
And I mean, we know everybody's just staring at their phones anyways. It's not like, we're
Yeah.
congregating.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you rather stare at your phone while you're laying on the couch with your shoes off with Netflix on?
Right. And not having like the limit, like you can bring in your own food. There's a beautiful kitchen and all those
3
wonderful,
kitchens.
yes, 3. It's a massive property. It's a really great property.
And the pool, like we have just a
Oh
regular
yeah, talk
residential
about the pool. The pool! The last client was there. They did their exit off the pool. I don't know if y'all saw it, but you need to check it out. It's amazing.
It's on my Instagram.
Yes, on the Instagram, and we lined everybody up. We did sparklers, and they were at the top of the slide. And I mean, how big is the slide?
60 feet.
60 feet,
60
y'all.
foot water slide that goes into a residential size pool.
Yeah, it's like a slip and slide, but
On a ramp.
Yeah, on a ramp. It's so cool.
So these two came down the slide one at a time on their little chutes.
Yes.
And then they landed in the water and they celebrated. And it was so wacky
It was awesome.
and adorable in
yes,
them. And
yes, it was so perfect. I loved it so much.
that wedding was gorgeous. though.
Yeah.
I still gush about the wedding. You hear this part about the wedding, but the actual ceremony, when I saw pictures, I thought it was Central Park.
Oh.
That black and white checkerboard dance
Yes.
floor, one of those see-through clear top tents.
Yeah. Yep.
It was gorgeous.
Yes. Well, thanks to Southern Events for all the rentals and our mugs that we use for Stories with Sarah Elizabeth. We appreciate that.
Coffee.
But I'm excited because we do have the all-inclusive package at Reunion Stay, which I love because we just kind of bring everything into the property, so it's great. And I love being there. It's one of my favorite venues to be at and work at. And we're cooking up stuff for Christmas, y'all. It's gonna be fun for the holidays.
So exciting.
And we're gonna offer up, opportunity for people to come and have their corporate parties.
I mean,
it's so cool.
Well, like we said, it's 13 bedrooms. It has, the amazing heated pool. Also in the basement, we didn't mention the fact that we have a whole finished basement with pool, ping pong, foosball, air hockey, the VR Vive virtual reality game.
Yeah, that's so cool. We should do that one time. Why haven't we done that yet?
We should do that for another one of these shows.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That would be so much fun, yeah.
But so you have something for everybody. You never have to leave the property. And because of the fact that it is a vacation rental, we do corporate retreats there.
Yeah.
We do girls' weekends. We do couples retreats, family reunions out the yin yang in the summertime.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a wedding every weekend.
Right.
And we can only do one wedding a weekend because it's a 3-day minimum. But everybody, the one thing I think I've told you, everybody says is that they wish they would have just reserved one more day.
Oh, I know.
Just to chill, just to not have anything going on and be at the property because it's that amazing.
It is. It's so amazing. So thank you so much for telling us about Reunion Stay.
You're welcome.
All right, Monica. So, y'all know I'm passionate about doing what you love and reasons why you do what you do and why I do what I do and being passionate about something. So why do you do what you do?
It's the ADD. It really is. It's funny because I never imagine myself, you never imagine yourself where you're at. I have 4 children. I've been married for 22 years.
Congratulations.
Thank
Cheers
you.
to that.
Heck yeah.
We cheers coffee around here.
Absolutely. And, family first. And the one thing that I absolutely have always been so adamant about, my husband and I both, is that the kids came first. When they were little, and we always wanted, before they were school age, we wanted someone to be home with them, and we said we would give up a car. Luckily, we didn't have to do that. But, we always wanted someone home. And then it just kind of evolved from there where, when they were little, I had businesses where I could take them with me. We relocated to Nashville, actually Franklin, 2012, March of 2012. We lived in Florida. My husband's job relocated us, and talk about hitting the lottery, moving to Williamson County with 4 kids. And I just slowly kind of evolved what I was doing. I work in social media, and I met Penelope, and then I got other clients, and then, just everything kind of evolved. And the reason why I do what I do, and I've really, made Reunion Stay as my full-time job, and my priority now, is because it allows me to be Burger King. And I know that sounds silly, but have it your way. I don't miss a lot of pickups, drop-offs, kids leaving for school, going to school. I just got back from visiting my son. My oldest son went to college.
Oh, that's right. I saw the pictures because we're friends. Because I'm actually friends with my vendors.
Imagine that. Isn't that weird? So it allows me to, yes, I'm 24/7 and I work a lot, and when you're dealing with people out of the country, there's never a time that you're not answering phone calls and things of that nature, but it's Burger King. I have it my way. I can post at 2 o'clock in the morning, which I don't, by the way. I can do whatever it is I want to do, and my family still comes first, and their needs, and I don't want to miss anything. Secondly, after that, I love the variety of my job. I love meeting all different types of people. I mean, talk about so many different people from walks of lives, families that I'm Facebook friends now that have been to our pet property in 2017, 2018, they just left the summer and they've already reserved for next summer.
Yeah.
I mean, the families that keep coming back to our property, professionals, I love it. I love working with people. I love serving people, even though, I don't do what she does. But, talking with them, coordinating with them before they arrive, the months before, getting them acclimated and comfortable and feeling totally secure about how their time at the property is going to go. I just absolutely love it.
That's awesome. It's so important to like mompreneur,
Mom boss.
Yeah, mom boss, being able to balance. I mean, and you and I can both speak to that too. Just being able to balance children and a profession. And I'm the same way. Like I was very fortunate in all the years that my kids have been alive that I've been able to do something on my own where I can be there for pickups and drop-offs and special
but you're
events
still
at school.
modeling that behavior of mommy's a boss. Mommy's
Mommy's
the boss.
Mommy's the boss. Maybe they appreciate us and value us more.
Well, they not now.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna have
later.
to be like 20.
Yeah.
But you're modeling that behavior, but they still always came first.
Yeah.
They needed for nothing.
I know, and that's a challenge too, because sometimes I'll talk with my clients and I'll just be like, I've got to do something with the kids, or I've got to do, and I have to put those limitations around it. And everyone wants to feel like they are
the most important thing.
Yeah, and like their event is the only thing that I'm doing in my life. So that's a real balance, and I understand, like, because you've got to show the property.
Oh, the boundaries.
And all that. I mean,
it's so challenging, and not a negative way, because I have been, knock on wood, so fortunate to not only with event professionals, but the guests. I mean, just the greatest salt of the earth type of people, but creating those boundaries of, because you want to always under promise and over deliver.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just want to say yes and be a rock star.
Right.
But creating those boundaries of, oh, I'm sorry, I can't meet you at this time because my child has, dance or whatever it is, and it's so hard to say no. If you want me, I want you. So you want to say yes to everything.
Yeah.
And it's so hard because you have to put them first, and ultimately put yourself first.
Yeah. And that's a real balance with owning a business or running a business and having children and doing it on your own, because it's a balance between that. So that's neat to see you doing that and doing that for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm. And my kids are older than hers. Like my oldest is 18 and my youngest is 9.
I started later in life.
No, you're younger than me. But my oldest is 18 and my youngest is 9. I also have a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old. But as a matter of fact, I just have to say real quick, we went to go visit my son. He left in June for college, and we went to visit him yesterday. He goes to Virginia Tech.
Big
Go Hokies!
Big time football guy.
He's playing football.
I'm so proud. I don't even personally know him, but I'm so proud.
It's hard to say out loud because it's hard to believe.
Yeah. I watched the signing. I watched all the things.
Makes me so proud. So we went up because yesterday was fan day where
Oh, and the little one, the little boy. When he said goodbye to him.
They're so close.
Oh, that was so sad. He's standing there and like. Your oldest is like getting ready to, he's like, bye, I'm going to college, like this is good. And the little one like runs up to him.
He had to go back and hug him like 7 times. And he's so precious. They are so close. They play,
so
well, they play
sweet.
Fortnite together. They get online. Jacob doesn't have a lot of time, but when he does, he'll, call me and say, where's Z-Man or whatever. And or I'll just, I'm like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? Because, I try to watch me.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Jacob. I'm playing Fortnite with Jacob.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
But the one thing I was going to say is that we went up to visit yesterday at FanFest. And I met some other athletes that he'd made friends with, a couple girls that played volleyball and basketball. This one girl, Dara, he's become really good friends with. And I was showing her something on Snapchat. She goes, oh, you're good at this. My mom is not necessarily as familiar. I go, well, I'm kind of a freak. Social media is kind of my thing. And she goes, oh, I know, Jacob told me. And I'm like, finally.
Well, the great thing is
finally,
that
he's talking nice about me when I'm not there.
Right.
Because there's a lot of eye rolling in the time between until we got to yesterday. There was a lot of all the pictures that just having no time for me and what I do.
Right. I totally understand. Like my kid. I mean, y'all have seen where I ask them like, hey, what do I do? And they're like, you plan weddings, and they just have no idea. The full like setup and
what
everything.
goes into it. If you look around, this
what
amazing
is in
space.
The studio and all that
God.
stuff. I mean,
this place is unbelievable. She needs to do one of these shows where she does like a walkthrough tour. So you
I
can
know.
be blown
This
away.
place is so fun. I love it. I'm very fortunate to be where I am and to have all these.
It's kind of like
It's a display. It's a room full of things that go to
Charlie
weddings.
the Chocolate Factory for wedding planners.
But you know what's so crazy about this space is like every single thing that's in this space, if you look around, it all has memories. It all has things tied to like a bride and you know, which is great.
Amazing. And probably multiple ones too.
I know. And I'm like,
Aw.
oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, Caroline and Audie got married at that arch right there. You know, like I just have these, I have these memories. So
incredible.
yeah, but thanks for sharing with us. All right, so y'all know that I love a funny story, and I'm so excited because I've asked all the. See, we didn't have any shirts, you know, which that's one thing we got to do.
I'm
We
gonna
got to
make
get
shirts.
Reunion Stay shirts because I will wear them like all the time.
Yeah,
And
I already have a design in my mind.
yeah, well, we're gonna do this. And then I
To be
also
continued.
love a funny story, and so Monica's brought a few today, and I can't wait to hear them and share them with you.
So, as I mentioned, Reunion Stay is a vacation rental property. So people rent the house, and some of them just come and they meet their family there, and they just do the Nashville thing, or they just lay out and eat and drink and be merry and never leave the property.
Yeah.
But then we have, for example, last week we had a corporate retreat there where 15 different people from all different parts of the country, they're part of the same, you know, sales team, come and stay in the house. There's so much spaces for breakout sessions.
Yeah, that is true.
So
That's
that,
great.
yeah, so that being said, Reunion Stay is marketed in so many different ways, and not that I'm out there marketing it a ton, but when people would just, you know, however they Google search, however they look us up,
Yeah.
when we get across their crosshairs, we fit. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just such a diverse property. That being said, I started working at this property and we opened our doors in August 2016. Well, around late May 2017, I started getting some phone calls. I was telling Sarah, I took my little son Zachary, who
I was there late May, so.
yeah.
This is
So
around-
yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah.
My poor husband. Bless his heart. Oh my gosh, he's so good to me.
Cheers to the hubby, because he really does a lot.
I love you, Ken. Sincerely. So, that being said, I took Zachy, Z-Man, my 9-year-old, to see Captain Hunter Pants. And I got a really weird phone call because I have my personal phone and then I have a work phone. Now, my work phone, I forward to my personal phone so I can see texts and emails.
Yeah.
But when people call me and I need to call them back, I use the work phone. That was irrelevant, but I don't know. So, anyways, I got a phone call and I'm like, this is Monica, because that's how I have to answer my phone because I don't know who to call.
Yeah.
And someone said, is this where the Freaknik is gonna be?
The Freaknik.
The Freaknik. So let me spell it for you. Freeknik.
Freak Nick.
Y2K. That was, so it was a hashtag. Freaknik Y2K. So I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
and I didn't know if I misunderstood because a lot of times people call and they're calling from overseas. We have
Yeah.
lots of people that come in from, you know,
Yeah.
Airbnb, HomeAway. We have a website that people book on. Most of our brides either book through you or book just through me. We have a website and we have an attorney that pulled up a really nice short-term vacation rental agreement, blah, blah, blah. Sidebar. So I said, excuse me? And she goes, yeah, the Freaknik, it's gonna be there at that Reunion Stay this weekend on Saturday. You know, there's gonna be, you know, the bikini contest and so rapper's gonna be there. And I was like,
And it's all done by Regalo Design, right?
thank God they didn't say that. But she did say Reunion Stay, it was a girl. And I'm like, I think that you got your signals crossed. I said, I don't think so. And she's like, all right. And she hung up on me. Well, I marinated on it. And I was walking into Captain Underpants, you know, priorities. Come out,
Yes.
go home. Got another phone call from a gentleman who was a promoter in Nashville. He was so nice.
Yeah, God bless him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He is the real VIP in this whole situation.
Yeah.
He says, listen, I am a promoter. I promote lots of music acts, rap artists that come in and out of this area in Atlanta, and I want you to know that there's an event, and I think that they are falsely claiming to be doing it at your property. He goes,
Yeah.
this is, you know, is this Reunion Stay? And I said, really? He goes, yes, are you familiar or do you have an event there this week? I said, no, I have guests on the property that I've already checked in. They don't check in until Monday. And this was like
Wow.
Thursday or Friday. This was a Friday. I said, so could you tell me more? And he said, well, they put his name on it because he was a local promoter, music promoter. And he had, you know, I guess he had really gotten to them and said, take my name off of it. I want to be associated with this. But they said it was our location. Well, long story
Wow.
short, way too late for that. And I could go on for hours because there was lots of,
I'm sure.
many
So this was
cars.
Friday.
This was Friday.
Okay.
He
And the
texted
event
me
was
Saturday.
Saturday.
Doors starts at 3, doors
Oh
open at
my
1. It was on
goodness
Eventbrite.
gracious.
People were buying tickets on Eventbrite. Lo and behold, most of it was promoted on Facebook. And he sent me some links. He texted them to me. So this person had been to our property. They planned it 6 months in advance. They were out of Atlanta. And they used pictures from our website saying that it was the Freaknik Y2K. They were going to have a bikini contest, wet t-shirt contest. There were rap artists. They were selling cabanas with champagne bottles. I guess you got like a cabana, which we don't have cabanas. I mean, it's a nice property, but there's no
Like
cabanas.
the kind that you buy like at a pool?
Yes, cabanas for $800.
Because there's a pool.
Well, there's a pool, but it's like a residential
cabanas.
pool. It's not like, it's not the Four Seasons. I mean,
Right.
it is that nice,
Yes.
but it's a residential size pool. For $800, you got a champagne bottle, and I guess
great.
5 people could be in your cabana. So I went to the Eventbrite. I mean, my eyes were, and I'm freaking out. Like
Oh
I
my
remained calm,
goodness.
but I was inside. I was freaking out.
Yeah.
So I went to the police station. Then I had to go from the city of Franklin. I had to go to the county, and I had guests on the property. We had to go be in an office. Shout out to the county sheriff. Oh my God, they rock. He went with me that Friday night. We went and met with the guests. The guests, honestly, were so awesome. A couple of them were retired corrections officers. They worked. They worked in the
perfect.
prisons. I think they had, permits and license to carry. And I'm like, I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah,
I just don't want any of
I
that
don't
to
wanna
happen to
hear
my
about
property.
that. Yeah.
So the
That's
police, long story short, people showed up at our property the next day. We had done some measures, had gone in to try and inform the public, just on Facebook and things of that nature. The police came through for us. People did show up. They relocated the event where, on Facebook. The people tried to show up at our property. It was funny because we have gates that we don't always close, but they were closed. And
Good. I was going to ask you, like, if they
we
close.
do, yeah, we have gates.
Because I've never seen them closed because it's, people are
We were coming and going, but yeah, there's a code, there's clickers, and we had given them to the guests then. A lot of times the guests don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
It's family reunions and people coming and going. It's a lot of work and confusion, and
They
the
just
door.
wanna leave it open.
It's open. It's closed. But anyway, so we had it closed. I gave the guests and the police a remote. So my husband and I were parked down the road at 1 o'clock when people were starting to show up.
Oh my goodness.
And we saw, I have video, which I'm not going to post, of the cars coming in and pulling into the property
my
and being stopped at the
gosh.
gate. And the police officer got out of his car and walked to the gate and just said, you're out of luck. You've been scammed. P.S. I was spent all morning from 7 o'clock in the morning until noon at Kinko's with my husband making posters, having them make out,
my
the Freaknik is not
goodness.
happening here. You've been scammed. This was bananas.
That is crazy.
Bananas. So P.S. we saw other posts that first when they started the event, they showed pictures from our website. They stole pictures. There was another time, about 6 weeks before the event took place, that they were across the street and they took pictures.
Oh my god.
So they were casing the joint.
They were like there. Ew.
So I don't want to make this nervous because guess what? We have security cameras now.
Security cameras.
Nothing inside the property because But the ring camera.
But the thing
is
is
amazing.
about it is like you have to yes it is, by the way, but you have to you had to go out. That's the thing that people don't understand. It's like when stuff like that happens or things happen at events that we have to change things or have to do you go out and you go get the signs that say hey,
you've been scammed.
You've been scammed.
No Freaknik here.
Right, no Freaknik. No, it's freaky, but it's not here.
And there were so many things we didn't want people who were disgruntled if they bought the $800 cabana table to come and take it out on the property if they were really angry.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Luckily,
because people will do crazy things.
Well, especially when it comes to money and
Yeah.
just if they were going to see. I mean, I don't know who all the artists were, but maybe they were really famous or up and coming.
Right.
But between the police department and all the groundwork and anxiety and gray hairs, the
my
24 hours of getting and trying to avert it and shut it down, which we did.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one that suffered was really me and my husband because he had to cancel a trip and he was supposed to go on he was supposed to go on a football
that's
trip with Jacob,
awful.
but obviously that worked out okay. They
Yeah.
missed it.
Yeah.
But it was such a lesson because then do you become paranoid as a property manager? Do you become paranoid about the safety? Well, knock on wood, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Because this was one of those crazy things that you never think will happen.
Yeah.
That no one will be that fraudulent or crazy, but
Right.
but it's also Williamson County, and even though we had the sheriff's department versus the city of Franklin, they rocked it and kept us safe.
Yeah.
Tax-paying dollars put to work. I wrote letters. I mean, the people that came in for us, and I mean, we didn't even have to use their services a ton, but that they were there and they informed me of what our rights were. It was just what an education. So long story short, we have cameras all around the property. It's completely secure.
Well, you know what? This is a good point because my greatest desire has been to one day own or have a property, right? A wedding venue. And so, but the thing is no one thinks about what it takes to manage it. They show up and it's clean. Well, how does it get clean?
Or the landscapers.
It's
or the plumbing,
right.
or the air conditioning, or the pool.
I mean, I was there the other day and the guy was getting some just a little minor thing off the door or something. It's these kind of things have to be maintained that people don't even think about when it comes to owning a property or managing a property.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I had never done. I mean, I worked in social media. I worked in sales and marketing my whole life, and this fell into my lap, and they made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
And they're like, why is it so expensive? Well, I mean, hello.
How about 13 hotel rooms in Nashville?
Yeah, 13, that's a good point. That's a good point.
And then you have to eat out.
Yeah.
Versus everybody has a bedroom, everybody's in the same space with 3 kitchens, and everybody can cook.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a deal.
It's a deal.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, because a lot of times, like on our Facebook page, you'll see like, oh, X amount of dollars a night. Are you kidding? I could go to Disney World. I could get a week of the Smoky Mountains
Yeah.
Cab. Of course. But for what we offer, for the amenities, it's your own private resort.
Yeah.
For 13 bedrooms, in-suite bathrooms, luxury, boutique hotel,
Yeah.
bourgeois.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't beat it.
Honestly, when you break it down, if you broke it down, like 2 people per bedroom, I did it recently, 2 people, like a couple,
Yeah,
whatever, per
yeah.
bedroom, for the 13 bedrooms, I think everybody pays a night $201 maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if
Better
you pay
than
that in
any hotel
Nashville
in-
or in Williamson County in
Yeah,
Franklin,
no.
on top of that, you don't have to eat out. Because it's more expensive. Not that, if you're on vacation, eat out,
Yeah.
have a ball. But if you're on a budget,
Call Uber Eats or whatever.
but if you're on a budget,
Yeah.
and this is about, like nickel and diming about price,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna like get on our Facebook page and like defend it because
Yeah.
it's not for everybody, but it is the value. And like
Yeah,
when you look
of
at,
course.
like we don't have a lot on Facebook, but if you look on HomeAway or on TripAdvisor or Airbnb, if you look at our reviews, I mean, people, every walk of life, whether they're corporate, whether it's a couples retreat, the Rodan and Fields girls,
Yeah.
they come and do.
They're awesome.
Well, I've had 2 different teams come in and bring their teams as a reward. These women are amazing, by the way.
They are
But-
amazing. Sidebar. I know some of them.
Yeah, well, I had.
They're amazing.
Oh
They're
my gosh.
amazing women.
And I mean, some of them, like, they all had the Lexuses and they all are getting, Louis Vuittons in the mail. I mean,
need a
these girls
Lexus.
are doing it right.
They are.
But
and they're good women. Oh my gosh, they're so amazing.
They're no different than you and
Yeah,
me. They
yeah.
found their niche. They found their tribe.
That's awesome.
Like Heather Nenorius and Leah Pickle came, and then Blythe Wallace and her team came. And Blythe is from Ohio. I think they're all actually from Ohio. I could be wrong. I don't want to mess that up. Anyways, I love you all. And then Michelle Money.
Yeah.
Michelle Money, if you know who she is from The Bachelor, she's got Money Talks. She is just so inspirational. She's had probably 5 women's retreats, Money Talks. I think it's
I
Michelle
want to
Money.
go to the next one.
Oh.
Yeah, she's great.
She is
Yeah.
such a,
Yeah.
I mean, she's just, and the women that congregate and what she's doing to empower them. And I love that she's picked our property. I mean, of course, they have a blast, and it's all about your women friends. And like she has, like online tutorials. I watch them with my daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not, talk about, I'm the winner in this situation. The people, the friendships that I've nurtured and the relationships. I mean, I could go on and on, like how my son got to meet his idol. He didn't know Max is a Star Wars guy, my 17-year-old. He got to meet the guy who's worked on every Star Wars, who created Darth Maul and designed.
Nice.
Hello.
That's crazy.
And
I love this town so much.
And they let us meet, I worked it, and
Yeah.
and they let us come and visit with them. So Max got to meet the gal who was the costume designer for not only Doctor Strange, but Black Panther, Carla Ortiz. I mean, like, he got to meet all these people who
That's
were
amazing.
And he's totally like Mr. Comic-Con, so into it. So I mean, like, how lucky am I?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing over there at Reunion Stay. All right. Story time number 2. Tell us another funny story.
Okay, so yeah. I have so many, and they're just coming now. They're
I
just
know.
coming out. They're
It
pouring
does.
out
It
of
just
me.
like it just like weeps out. It's just like,
Okay.
let me
so-
share a story.
So it kind of rains in the summer here in Nashville.
It rains in the
lot.
summer.
And our property, I mean, it's not like we built it from the ground up.
Yeah.
It is just this gorgeous, awesome, amazing, unique little house off Lewisburg Pike in Franklin.
Yeah.
And we bought it, renovated it. The people who owned it before us built a pool. Well, the pool deck is built kind of like in a slant, which is not ideal, but they weren't a venue. They
But
just
I
lived there.
don't even notice that though.
It's
No.
not really relevant until you hear my story.
Yeah.
Because so it rains a lot, and we have this pool, and sometimes, like last summer, or 2 summers ago actually, we had like within 2 hours, we had like 6 inches of rain. And
Oh my gosh.
you put water underneath a faucet and turn it on, at some point while the water's coming down, it overflows, and
Yeah.
there's no more, it can't. Okay, so let's think about
Oh,
our back deck,
no,
and so we
no.
have a pool. Yeah, so the pool comes down a slant. And, when we have big families there, like family reunions, I mean, think about like, if you have 7 let's not get crazy. You have 4 brothers and sisters,
Uh-huh.
and they all have kids.
Yeah.
And you guys all come to Reunion Stay. I mean,
Yeah.
how perfect.
Yeah.
Little kids, big kids, we got the pool, we've got this giant event space, which you didn't mention, that has the big overhead
yeah.
screen projector.
It's amazing.
You can watch Netflix in there, it's like a movie room.
Yeah.
Anywho, I digress. So it's raining. They've been in the pool all day, and when they splish and splash out of the pool and they go in the slide, water comes out. So I leave a hose out for them to put the hose in the pool to fill it back up.
That's smart.
Yeah. So they go to bed. It wasn't raining yet. They go to bed, put the hose on. You know, when I check people in and show them the hose, I'm be sure to turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It starts to rain. They leave the hose on all night.
Oh,
My
no.
phone starts ringing at 2 in the morning. You know, just like any other 46-year-old woman, it's a little hard to come to at 2 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, and luckily she called, but I didn't pick up because
You're not old.
I look over and she started texting me, sending me pictures. You could have had a rowboat in our basement because we had a complete flood. You know,
No.
Because they left the water on, so the pool was overflowing. The inches of rain.
Did it come in the pool bathroom? Like how did it come in?
It went down underneath, went straight to the basement where the pool table are,
Oh
where
my
everything is, where the
gosh.
carpeting is, the entire basement, like where the pool table is, the wood part. You literally could have had a rowboat and it could have been rowing
Oh
your
my
boat.
gosh.
Yeah.
When was this?
2 summers ago.
Oh my goodness. Was this before you put the floor in? Down
This
there?
was like 2 weeks after we put the floor in.
Oh no.
But the floor, it's like that. It's that allure wood
And
plank.
you covered the drain.
And that was like a debate. Do I cover the drain? Don't I cover the drain? Do I? You know, like
Oh my
I really went back and
gosh.
forth. But like the other floor
Oh
wasn't
my
working
gosh,
with the
yeah.
kind of traffic. We had like rubber,
Yeah.
like gym flooring, just couldn't withstand
Yeah.
it. So luckily I got this flooring. It's a allure wood plank, so it's for kitchen floors.
Yeah.
So it wasn't damaged at all.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. So did you go over there? at 2
Well,
in the
she's
morning?
like, you know, it stopped, and so I said, "Do you need me to come over there?" She was just, you know, come in the morning. So I got
Did they
there.
just like open up that side door?
No, they didn't open any door. It just sat there.
Oh,
The water
my
just
gosh.
sat there. So I guess it eventually stopped. Like
Yeah.
at some point, it was just coming in through the walls. So I got there around 7:30 that morning.
Oh my
Most of the house was still
goodness.
asleep. I got down there, and the water had gone. It was lower by the time I got there. Carpets absorbed. I mean, you know, service master loved us.
Oh my goodness.
And
was this
you know,
a claims? Was this a
it
claim?
wasn't a claim
Oh.
because flood is, you know, we're not zoned for flood insurance.
And you know what? You have to have like flood insurance for that.
And we're
like,
not zoned for it.
And they
which
don't
is
ever
just-
try and sell flood insurance.
It's the
you
cost of
know?
doing business. You just have to qualify
Yeah.
for it. And we're not, you know, it's okay. We got over it. And the people,
Your
you know,
event is not going to flood, I promise.
and the people were so nice, and they never mentioned the whole hose thing, but we figured that out after the, you know,
That they
and maybe,
just left it on?
and maybe, yeah, and
Yeah.
maybe the person that I was conversing with didn't even know.
Yeah.
And maybe, it's okay. You know,
Yeah.
you live and learn. You live and
Wow.
learn, and we've made.
I mean, and
we've-
that's the thing about owning managing a property. It's like, I mean, I cannot say this enough. Like all those things that happen, like the crazy show that wasn't, and you had to go out and like, you know, take care of the signs, or like, you know, you always say. So
Oh, your
there's
job's so
property-
easy. I would love your job.
Well,
It's awesome. I
it
love
is.
it. I love it too. But I don't know if easy is the right word.
No job is easy
And I
when
love
it's
it.
your job, really. But the thing is like, you know, you tell me all the time, like with events, like she doesn't want to like be there, you know.
I mean, of course I
because-
want to be there for every single one of them. I'm totally
yes,
codependent.
But yeah.
I want to see it all. Like the
That's right.
pictures, I literally
But
cry
you'll
when
get
I see the
attached,
pictures.
Monica. You'll get
I
attached.
do, but I can't see what happens. It's like Vegas. What
Well,
happens
that's the
in
thing.
Vegas.
It's like, yeah, you don't want to know what happens on your property. I would be the same way. I would be like, no, because you do. You care about it so much, and you want it to be so successful.
We've
but
had- yeah.
I mean, you have to. These are things that like people don't even think about when they're renting a venue and they're going to a venue. And speaking of like, one night at Reunion Stay is like, I mean, you think about a venue, right? And how much you're going to pay for 12 hours at a venue for your wedding. And you think about Reunion Stay, and by the time you add up spending like 4 days there, it's the cost of 12 hours at a venue.
You could be at a venue from 11 to 11, and then
Yeah.
they come and they're like, okay, hit the bricks, get out. You have 13 hotel rooms for 3 days.
Yeah. It's amazing.
For the same price.
It's amazing. So yeah. I mean,
But it's not for everybody. I mean, not everybody wants to stay there with, you know.
You should start changing that and saying it is for everybody.
Well, it is. Of course. I mean, like, I think you're crazy if you don't want to do this.
Right.
But
It's
you know,
for
but the
everybody.
thing is, but some people really want that all-inclusive. I'm going to make a segue here. This is like a little transparent, but they want that all-inclusive. Like, you can go to venues, amazing, gorgeous, breathtaking, perfectly done venues that everything's there. Food, chairs, floors, everything, top to bottom, and they don't
Yeah.
have to lift a finger, and that is great. And thank goodness that
But
there's those choices.
you get that venue's wedding though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like with what we said earlier, at Reunion Stay, it's however you want it.
Right.
And that's when Sarah came to me and said, let's do it all inclusive where I, you know, do all the bells and whistles, because I can't do
Yeah.
And so now we have something that's all inclusive that they don't have to worry about going out and getting the rentals or getting the planner or getting the food or getting the chairs or getting the florals or anything, because they can come into Reunion Stay through you.
Yeah. And they still can customize it, you know. I mean, we have the rental company locked down. We have
but it's not one certain thing.
DJ company.
You don't only get a choice of A or B or just A. You could have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, X, G, Z.
all the alphabet.
And then some. And you can even go into Swahili.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's. Thanks for sharing those funny stories. I love funny stories.
And I was never mad, like with the guests, like there was no, it was, you live and learn, and like, of course this was just like everything happened in once, like, you know, lightning in a bottle, like the 6 inches of rain in 2 hours, the hose left on, the pool in a slant, like all the, you know, we had a jacuzzi under the house, which we moved away from the house, so like there was a million things that were not working. It used to be right under the house where the table is. Yeah. So we had to make some changes, like it wasn't pleasant for anybody. Luckily, those guests were amazing and totally did not let it slow their roll and had the best time ever. Yeah. Of course.
Well, okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot here. What has been the craziest guest you've ever had?
All the guests have been great. Like, no one is like certifiable crazy, like I need to call.
I know, people ask me all the time, like, who's the craziest bride?
Well, you might have a bridezilla or a crazy mother-in-law or something.
In like 400 weddings or so, and some change, like, I can count on less than one hand the crazy, which is great. I just think that that's like how the South is, you know?
Yes, but I didn't see, because of my fortunate vantage point that you rent the house for me, and then you throw a party. If something goes wrong, if a toilet's overflowing, if a light bulb's broken, if there's a leak, I am there in a jiffy. Yeah. But I have nothing to do with like the execution. Right. I mean, I kind of get credit for it, which thanks for that. Yeah. But I don't really have anything to do with it. So I don't really see people's really crazy side. And when things go wrong, I do my best to really be right on top of it and accommodate and overcompensate, which luckily for me, when you read our reviews, the property's reviews, like people mention it, which is, I'm glad I have the energy and I'm glad I get the opportunity to do that. Mm-hmm. The only thing I can say is that I would say more than my craziest, just the wackiest guests generalized are bachelor parties. Now, of course, no one sends an inquiry to me to say, I'd like to rent your property. We're a bachelor party. We're going to party like it's 1999. But the bachelor parties really, you know.
Well, tell them the story about the bachelorette party.
What was a bachelor party? You talk about the
one. Oh, bachelor, yeah.
So these guys they're always so polite. And you know what? I'm a mom. I'm not old enough to be their mom, but I have an 18-year-old. And, you know, I try to really create those boundaries and just be like, you know, treat my property good and blah, 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 blah.
Oh my gosh, even though I would never be able to do that.
There's no cameras in the property. I don't, God for,
I mean, there's laws against that.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, there's no way for me to know. And I just have to, you know, there's a property protection. You have to just let it go.
You have to let it go,
you know, because it's a business. Yeah. I did mention that I was codependent though, right?
Well, I mean, sidebar, I managed a property like one time that was just a ballroom. It was just a ballroom. And I would show up to clean because, of course, you know, we were the ones that were showing up and clean. Yeah. Like I couldn't afford, couldn't afford to pay anyone to clean. So I was the one that was, you know, cleaning. And you'd show up and you'd be like, what is that on the floor? Like, what in the world? Like, and do
you have sensors that I can say things that I found on my property that'll go when I say it?
I literally could not. The one thing that I couldn't do with the property like yours or any property is clean the bathrooms.
Oh no!
Like I could not because I was a lifeguard when I was younger, and like so I had this like phobia of like wet paper on the ground.
Ooh, like and if you step on it.
House bathroom, like I couldn't. Like that's where the vendors get dressed and changed. You know?
Absolutely.
And I'm like, I can't. It's all wet in here.
No. Well, luckily, you know, our pool's not like the YMCA pool.
Yes. Oh.
Well, anyways, I said I was codependent because I'm not supposed to care. I'm supposed to be like, this is business. It's fine. So, anyways, I had this one group of boys that came from out of town and they were here for the Kentucky Derby and they were doing like a bachelor party and then they like chartered a bus to go to the Kentucky Derby. They were there for several days.
This was in May then, right?
Whenever the Kentucky Derby is, yes. Early, yes. Wow.
I know based on weddings because I know like when the Kentucky Derby is because it's like, oh, that's Kentucky Derby weekend.
You can't do that. So I would never. I just don't
these are the random things that Sarah knows.
Yeah, but like amazing. It's like a superpower too. So I check them in and they're adorable and you know I'm just like be nice, treat my property good, you know and I mean it was really very professional and I mean I had no preconceived notions of like I didn't think they're gonna trash my place or anything like that because you don't think that and They
It's kind
pay
of like leaving your oldest at college for the first time.
well, it's a little bit worse because
Yeah.
they can call you and you can help them. These are not my
Yes.
children, and this is $3 million property.
Yeah.
So I check them in, and I don't have any preconceived notions of how they pay for a cleaning fee. It's fine. I check in with them every day. I text them. That's my thing. I text every morning after 11ish. How's it going? Do you need anything? Have any
Nice.
questions? It's just my thing.
Yeah.
And everything's perfect and fine. Well, I go. They check out on Sunday. They checked it on Thursday. They check out on Sunday. Check out's at 11. Cleaners couldn't get there until after 2. So I roll in there probably around
No
12:45,
guests
1 o'clock. Yeah, there was no.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
in the
a
summer
flat.
it's check in, check
Yeah.
out. We have check out at 11, and all summer long, someone checks out 11. By 4 p.m. we have new guests coming
And it's
in.
amazing, sidebar, it's amazing what the cleanup crew does. I mean, they come in
have the
and
best
they
cleaners
like seriously take care of the property and just boom, done.
They clean it. I mean, I go there
They're
to be a support
amazing.
system and
Yeah.
see what we need, or sometimes if it's extra a mess, I might have to roll up my sleeves or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got there around 12:45. The cleaners were getting there at 2. I pull in with my husband because it's Sunday. We're making lemonade. And I
Right.
pull up with my husband, and as I pull up to the property, I noticed that all of the exterior doors, the door from the back porch, the door from the event space, the door going out to the pool, every door's open. You could just see them, the front door flung
And
open.
how long was this?
Well, from the time they checked out at 11, if they left at 11, because
Right.
we don't know when they left.
Yeah, yeah.
That was an hour and a half that everything was open.
Oh my gosh.
So there's that. So we pull in, and as I'm getting out of
AC's
the
on.
Oh, of course, it's May. As I'm getting out of the car, my ears, the inside of my ears and my scalp is itching, like it's so tingling.
Your scalp and your
My
ears are itching.
yeah, and I look at my husband, and it kind of in my mind as I'm telling the story, we're kind of getting out of the car in slow motion, and we're looking at each other. And the reason why I'm tingling is because the music from the event space is so loud that my scalp is shaking.
My gosh.
It's bass.
Is this through the speakers that are in there?
Yeah, because there's some pretty awesome speakers.
There's a lot of awesome things, another sidebar, that are included in the house. Like these speakers, they have all the games in the world. They have the
Xbox. Well, we have the Xbox One. We have the PS4 with program games, but then we have the VR, the virtual reality game.
And then
we have
the
a
pool
karaoke
table and the thing that you spin the guys.
Yeah, foosball.
Foosball. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah. So we're getting out of the car, and the reason why the inside of my ears and my scalp is itchy is because of the music.
It's so loud.
I'm the car's shaking. We're shaking. So it was kind of like I do a metaphor if it was like you're walking into a scene from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh my god.
Like you just don't know. It was so wacky.
Yeah.
Well, they were gone. And I mean, I could go into details about when I walked in the event space, what I saw.
Yeah.
No dead bodies. Nothing like that.
Just things.
Debris.
Yeah.
This was 24 guys staying in the house. Well,
oh my
there was
gosh.
buttons that said Team Bride. I saw veils. There were Minnie Mouse piñatas.
Yeah. Other things.
There were straws all over the property that were shaped in the shape of things. And I think to this day, 2 years later, I'm still finding those straws all over the property. I mean,
Yeah.
But hey, party on. What happens? It's like what happens in Vegas, and that's why I don't like to be at the property when the event goes on.
It's so funny how people would go into a property like that and they just assume this is why
I'm not offended by it.
No,
live your life.
No, it's great. No, it's awesome. But it's you just go people that rent. This is a sidebar from you. Forget that you're even managing a property, but my philosophy is we always leave a property in better condition than when we received it. So it's right, but it's so crazy that people will go into a property, and I think about people that don't have planners and they go into these properties that require us to clean, and we sign off on these. I sign off on things at venues all the time that I'm yes, I'm going to clean. I'm going to take the trash out. I'm going to make sure that the kitchen is wiped down and put together. And it's what do they do if they don't have a planner?
Well, I have to say that not this particular group of guys, but I would
They
say
didn't have
that
a planner.
85% of people who don't even have, who are just there for a vacation rental, that aren't there to have a wedding there, leave the property better than they left it.
Good.
Like the Michelle Money girls.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're amazing.
Oh my gosh. How do they do that?
And
I
they're
see the
getting killed, I'm
videos,
sure.
and they are tagging me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm telling you, they're having a blast, and they are doing it, and they are getting down, and they are,
awesome.
and yet, ding, like that, like, oh, the ding or the glisten of how shiny and beautiful.
Yeah.
They left that property gorgeous. I mean, I'm always so.
I am the same way. When I go to a hotel, like I make sure, like, I put all the towels in the shower, and like I clean everything up. That's just how I am.
But that makes
but there's so many people that aren't like that,
No,
and so that's the thing. Like I could never do that because I just be like, oh, there's people's like
Well, and that's why they
personal
play for
things.
cleaning free. They don't
Yeah.
have to lift a finger. I
Yeah.
mean, it's all, it's a gorgeous luxury property, and it is okay.
Yeah.
That, this is, the extreme,
Yeah.
the absolute extreme
Yeah.
of finding the property. Because there was not a damn, like I've had in 72 reservations, let's say, I'm just some random number, I've had 3 damage claims where
Yeah.
I've had to claim on, and these guys weren't one of them. There wasn't a hole in the wall. There was a wedding that the sink came down. I told you that one, remember?
I know.
The sink, it was a floating
this is
sink.
A very funny story.
This is hysterical. So they had a wedding, and nobody knows what happened. They got the property protection, no big deal. That's peace of mind.
Yeah.
Well, we have our half bathroom downstairs has a floating sink, meaning there's no legs underneath it. It's just mounted to the wall.
Right.
Well, when I came to check them out, that sink was on the floor, and I say, like the Mile High Club, when you go into, something was
I
going on.
wonder how that sink ended up on the floor.
Who was sitting on that sink in the bathroom?
It's a good height.
Anywho, but like of 72 reservations, 3 damage claims, that is not bad.
Yeah,
It
and
really
the guy's the maintenance guy. What's his name?
Brian.
Brian. I
He's a
need
rock
to name
star.
him because he's awesome.
He's saved
but
my life.
Brian, yes, he had to fix that sink, and it
Yeah.
was
Luckily,
not
they checked out on a
easy.
Monday. We didn't have another check until Thursday, and he had to get drywall, and he had to like drywall and put like brackets in and wood, and he had to like totally
He's like,
MacGyver.
this sink is never coming back down.
No, but he had to MacGyver. Like he had to put layers of stuff. Like he really
Yeah,
had
yeah.
to. He had to do some really
That's
extensive
crazy.
stuff that only a handyman can do.
Yeah. Well, cheers to Brian.
Brian, you know what?
Fix
Send me a
him.
message, and I will give you his name and number if you need a handyman.
Ooh, I need a handyman.
Yeah, I would be happy to refer him.
Oh,
He's phenomenal.
Done.
Hung
Brian.
all my TVs in my house.
yeah.
He installed my Ring doorbell because I couldn't, even though they say on the directions, he
They
told me
always
you
lie.
could do it yourself.
Yeah.
Thank God for Brian.
I know. Cheers to Brian.
Absolutely.
Y'all, I hope you enjoyed meeting my friend and vendor, Monica, from Reunion Stay, where we have an all-inclusive, and we can just, we can just do planning there too. And so how can they reach you?
Okay, so first and foremost, if you want to have an event at Reunion Stay, you should always call Sarah. Because,
Call me.
Because Sarah will hook it up. That being said, if it's something that you're interested in the property for something else, whether it's vacation,
Yeah.
rental,
Or corporate holiday party.
Party? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes.
Yeah. We're gonna tear it up this year.
oh my gosh. Well, our website is www.reunionstay.com. We have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest. I mean, we're on all social media platforms.
Yeah.
Everything is Reunion Stay. My phone number, it's the only number to contact Reunion Stay, is 865-403-2544.
I'll add that somehow.
Yeah, like she'll
on
do a little
here.
ticker tape.
Like maybe under here, it's still on here.
Just reunionstay.com, but you can find Reunion Stay on HomeAway, vrbo.com, vacationrentals.com,
Yeah.
Airbnb, you name it.
And that's what I love. Let's point that
Wedding
out
Wire.
too. Wedding Wire. Let's point that out too, because it is an Airbnb.
It is, people always say
Yeah.
that they say Airbnb, but Airbnb is just a company that does it.
Right, but that's great though.
That's the catchphrase, just Airbnb. It's an Airbnb,
Yeah.
but honestly, Airbnb is maybe 20% of my rentals. HomeAway and VRBO.
But if they
rock
want
it.
to do a wedding, they don't go. They contact
Some
you.
have, but who's
Yeah.
going to rent? Like I've had 2 weddings in the last 2.5 years that they rented the property on HomeAway, sight unseen.
And you didn't know.
I mean, yeah, I knew and they
Oh,
talked
you
about,
knew.
but they went ahead
Yeah.
and reserved it
Yeah.
without coming. I would say that 90% of our brides come and visit the property and tour it before they book it,
Yeah.
and they usually visit it at least 3 or 4 times before they.
Right,
They
right,
got to
right.
bring their fiance, they got to bring their mother, they got to bring their bridesmaids. They need to come back again. They need to bring a measuring tape.
Do you ever limit yourself to that? Like, hey,
If I can accommodate them, the thing is that in the summer from April till November, we don't have any real gaps.
Yeah.
I mean, like last week we had 1 day that we didn't have anybody in the property.
she sends me her calendar, y'all, and it's booked. Let's just say it's booked.
People
So-
check out at 11 and that day there's more coming at 4, but come like November-ish until like March, there's, the weekends are always booked.
Yeah.
But, during the week, so I can accommodate. And sometimes like I had a bride, Chelsea and Chaz, look for their wedding. It's
Chelsea
coming.
and Chaz.
They're getting married at the end of September. They're so cute. They are, she's coming back to the property on Sunday. They're not coming in. I mean, she's been there several times. And, while it's in between a check-in and check-out, because she just wants to come and measure some stuff and walk around
Yeah.
the property with I mean, like, I just have to, just tell me when you're coming. Don't just come on the property because when if you're a guest and
Yeah,
you're
that's
paying for it,
important,
you don't want some random person
Yeah.
pulling up like while you're there at your house.
No, but that's great though that you do actually like not do that, because I could see other properties like being like, oh yeah, this is an opportunity to sell it, but you're
No.
respectful to the
Oh,
guests that have
no,
rented.
absolutely.
You know?
But you wouldn't want that. Like
Yeah.
when people say, I gotta get out there, can I please come see
That
it?
is one thing that I don't like about other venues is that I am setting up a wedding and it's that bride's wedding and the venue manager is showing the
the tour.
property to another bride. Like, I don't know. I understand. Like,
Well, if it's
they
during the
have
time
to
from
do
for
it.
the 12-hour period, that's your property during the time. It's the bride's property.
Exactly. And I understand that they have to do it because, you know, sometimes people aren't available.
Well, it's a
during the
business.
Week,
It's it's a public place. It's a venue. It has
but
exit signs.
it makes our brides feel yuck. Like they're like, oh, another bride. What,
Well,
what
we're
is
so
that bride
unique.
doing?
Like, there's no place like Regis Day. So I'm not like gonna dog anybody else for what they do. But not that you are. But I mean,
No.
Our property is so unique. But the bottom line is, because I've had people, I'm only gonna be in town from this date. Could you please see it? But if I've got guests in there from before the time you get there until after the time you leave, when you rent the property, you don't want me to. Oh, can I bring a tour by? Can people just drive on the property? Like,
Yeah.
it's just rude.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing that people say to me, like when people email me, when my clients email me from like, I start flower production on Wednesdays, specifically on Thursdays, then setups and rehearsals on Fridays. So sometimes it's like Monday through Wednesday, I'm emailing and then like back in the office on Monday because I'm just events. And I just think like, when it's their wedding, they don't want me, on my phone and emailing
Working on someone else's,
and
someone else's,
working on
yeah.
someone else. So you have to like put up those.
It's about service. It really
Yeah.
is. And the thing is for me is that, a lot of times, I mean, if you were to ask me, you didn't ask me this question, but I'm gonna ask it to myself. 'Cause
I mean, we could
you're
sit
gonna
here
love
all
it.
day.
Absolutely. People always, what is the one thing that people always ask of you that, you wish you could just do? And that's early check-in. Everybody, flies to
yeah.
Nashville and
Yeah.
wants to check in. They get there. You don't check-in is at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Now, if we have a checkout the morning at 11, that means my cleaning crew gets there at 11 and is turning and burning.
Yeah.
13 bedrooms, sheets, towels, resetting the entire house. That's 5 hours. They
I mean,
need-
think about how long it takes to clean your own personal home.
But sometimes, I always say to them, we can make a game time decision because they're just lollygagging. Can we come to the property, just drop off our stuff? Well, I can't let them on the property until they've taken possession of it.
Right.
Because it's legal.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, if their check-in's at 4 and we had a checkout that morning, by 2:30 I'm calling them or texting them saying, come on down, they're ready,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah.
But again, I like to under-promise and over-deliver, but
Yeah.
everybody and their mother wants to check in early, but check-in is at 4 and there's just nothing I can do about that,
Yeah.
except if I can check you in early, it's all yours. Like
Yeah.
if I don't have a check-in that morning,
Yeah.
but I can't check you in at 9 because you didn't pay
Yeah.
for half a day and that's not fair.
It's business, people.
But like 11, 12, 1, depending on
Yeah.
my personal schedule.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally
No, but
kidding.
it's true. I mean, the reality is, if someone's, the check-in is at 4, like you allowing them in before 4 is just being nice.
Well, I am happy to do
You know?
it though because it's I'm only as good as our reviews and the service I can provide. I mean, of course, I'm only responsible for the house. I'm not the concierge. I don't do reservations. I have a great gal that I refer out, Melissa with the Wilco Concierge. She's like a girlfriend.
awesome. She comes and like helps y'all if you.
She did a
you know,
party
need
this past
anything,
weekend
like-
for a gal who came in from out of town she did a whole backdrop, set it up, did all her shopping, set up all the tables, picked up all her food, all
That is
her meals.
amazing.
Yeah, and I mean she does
I love
things-
that job.
Well, she's amazing. It's the Wilco Concierge. Her name is Melissa Elrod. What's great is that like she has clients that they live out of town and their elderly parents live in town, so she'll go and take them shopping.
That is so great.
Or
y'all.
she'll go and take them,
Like-
drive, like she's almost like an Uber, but because of the care. I mean, she's just like a Girl Friday.
Yeah.
She's
I
awesome.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
so much. And she's able to like, she's
on-
got kids,
Yeah,
right?
oh, she's got 2 young kids, but
Yeah.
she's like on my preferred vendors list. But that's why about those boundaries, talking about those boundaries that, like I can't, of course I want to do whatever you want, so you like me and you love me and I did a good job and you want to come back, but you have, that's not part of my responsibility. And
Yeah.
my responsibility is to make sure that, the plumbing's done, the pool is cleaned, the garbage is picked up, the lawn is mowed,
Yeah.
the house is amazing.
Yep. Nobody drives over the septic tank.
God forbid. That hasn't happened.
No, it
But
shouldn't
you're
happen. No.
We have
Knock on
cones.
wood.
There's
Yeah,
cones.
there's cones.
Lots
There's
of
cones. But anyways, Monica, thank you so much. Oh, I'm
How
so
fun
glad-
was that? Aren't we fun?
We are so fun.
We need a reality show.
I know, right? We should do this every week.
It would be fun. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you don't know this, but what we say every week on Stories with Sarah Lizabeth is, well, first of all, before I say this, thank you. I need an appropriate thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. I mean, everybody is so busy, and to come out and take your time and be
fun.
here and film this.
Her
Thanks.
laboratory.
Yeah.
She's a mad scientist.
You're in my space. It's good. It's a good thing. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited to share with you Monica from Reunions Day. It's a great place. Great place to book your wedding, your event.
Christmas party.
Christmas party. It's coming up. We're going to kill
All
it.
inclusive.
All
Christmas
inclusive.
parties at Reunions Day.
Let's
Sarah's
do this.
gonna rock it out.
I'm going to rock
her.
it this Christmas. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. And you don't know this, but what I say is, until I see you again, I love this. Have a great week. Can you say that?
Until I
See you again. Have a great week. These are like the bloopers because we'll just
of course.
sit here and we'll sit here and laugh at ourselves.
There's other teeth.
Okay, and we always see.
Zhush.
I'm so glad I have
Zhush.
someone else to fix the hair with. You know.
Zhush, zhush,
Zhush,
zhush.
zhush,
Well,
zhush,
listen,
zhush.
I straightened my hair for the first probably 6 weeks today. Feel honored, all right?
I know you are. Okay, we'll go 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. I always get comfy.
Yeah, please. Relax for a while.
I know.
It's just your house. As I go along.
You'll figure out what to say here in a minute.
Well, we don't know what's going to come out.
That's why I love you. Okay. And go. Has
People love
memories.
to be mentioned. You know what I mean? Like they love to be mentioned.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
That's a great idea. Cheers to that idea.
Which I am.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you about, what am I gonna ask you?
What story? Are we going to do a story?
Stories, yeah, stories, okay.
I don't know what I'm going to say. Okay.
Okay.